Hello everyone, we are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are back in a series that I took a bit of a hiatus from. So this is my Kerbalism series. For those people that were watching my last few weeks of Let's Plays, those were all stock, didn't even have the DLC installed. Now it's the exact opposite with a whole pile of mods installed. If you want to see the whole list, just go down there in the description and you'll see them. But sort of the star of the show for the most part is Kerbalism, which changes so much in the game that it's hard to itemize it here, but let's just sort of explain kind of what's going on here. We have 6 Kerbals in the Nerve 1. They're all in this vessel here, as you can see, docked with this asteroid, all 6 of them. And this was actually accomplishing a few different purposes. Primary of which, actually, let's get to that one, is the contract that's over here on the is bring 3 tourists to visit an asteroid. So I had this asteroid parked in orbit about the moon. You can see very clearly it's not parked in orbit about the moon right now. And I did not realize that one of the requirements of this contract was that the asteroid had to be in orbit about Kerbin. So I thought I'd move it. So I got a whole lot of stuff hooked up to this asteroid. This was the actual pusher that brought it here in the first place. This is a big giant fuel can attached to this monstrous docking hub sat tower thing, and then I got this vessel which has all my Kerbals in it, and we have docked with it. And now the plan is to take it back. Let's actually turn off, is everything else off? No, let's turn off everything here. Back to the moon, and you can see we are currently on orbit to the moon, and I want to put it into a polar orbit about the moon. So we'll have to do some tweaking to this trajectory. A polar orbit about the moon, probably an altitude of 50 kilometers, and that's going to form the basis of a Munar Gateway station, because what I really need to do in the next phase of this is really start generating science. Generating science with Kerbalism is a little bit more involved than it is in the stock game, and I'm kind of running dry, and I've not done a lot around the moon, and it makes sense to start building a station around the moon that can support a lander, that can do multiple landings on the moon, and really bring in the science. But first of all, we got to finish off what's going here. We got about 2 minutes left before this contract is complete, and then we got to return our 3 Kerbals back to Kerbin, so that's going to happen. And speaking of science, if I open up the science archive here, asteroid samples. I have done an asteroid sample in space low around the moon. Notice I only got half of it. I don't know if you just get half with each time you do I don't know what, but I still have to do space high above the moon, and I haven't done any asteroid samples around Kerbin. Unfortunately, I missed my opportunity to do space near Kerbin, so why don't we find our scientists? I don't know who any of these people are. Here we go. Mac the G is our scientist. Mac the G, I'm assuming, has got burned on this before. Where are you? There we are. So Mac the G will make her way down here, do ourselves an asteroid. It's all nice, got this nice girder. Look, there's a ladder there for her to hang on to. Nice, okay, can I do that from here? Yes, take a sample. So we've just done a space high above Kerbin. Now is that again just half? Is that all I'm gonna get? Asteroid sample. That's not an asteroid. There's an asteroid sample. Yeah, somehow I missed. Okay, somehow I missed half of it around the moon, so we'll have to go back there. Okay. Anyway, yep, she can go back now. Oh, you want to be fancy? There you go. Fine. So I guess she can't crawl her way all the way back to the hatch. So. Now, did she come out of the back or the front? I think she came out of the front here. I think the tourists are in the back, if I'm not mistaken. It has been a while since I played this game, and I'm honestly just sort of forgetting stuff. How much delta V does an asteroid take up? You mean to move it here? It takes probably about 1,000 to get out there, about another 1,000 to probably get it to intersect reasonably with Kerbin, and then I don't know, whatever it took to wrangle it around the moon. I've refilled this thing. Oh, it's very much full. Okay, why don't we set so I don't know, I guess it depends upon the asteroid. Definitely 2 or 3, but the tricky part with an asteroid is once you hook onto it, it's such a massive object, you have to take that mass into account. So it's tricky. Nasaji was asking that in the comment. Okay, let's set up. I think I'm going to come close to the moon. Let's see if we can get another near space asteroid. Is it me or are things shaking there? Ooh, okay, that's a little spooky. Okay. Definitely things are shaking. It's not just me. All right. This shouldn't be much of a correction. Yeah, a little bit of radially. Whoa. Oh, I got it. Point. There we go. Oh, do I need... Sorry, I think I need not that one. But some prograde to get this to work better. Oh, retrograde. There we go. That's better. A little bit to the south, I guess? Yeah. So I want to get this trajectory as close to a polar trajectory as I can. This is clearly hitting the moon. I don't want to... Oh, now I'm missing the moon. Don't want to miss the moon. Maybe a little radially out. If I push the... Okay, there we go. I just didn't have the setting up high enough. I want this to be around 20 kilometers. And I want a polar trajectory. So let's see what we can do with this. I think I need a little this way. Yes, there we go. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Keep losing my moon encounter. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got all the radiation belts on. Feels like I'm just barely hitting the moon, but I definitely want... No. Turn this up. 1 meter per second. There we go. This is trickier than I would have thought. I don't know why it's being so flaky in and out, but we'll make it work. Hello, Elf. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Just trying to get myself a bit of a encounter. Whoops. That was clear too much of a change. And it seems to want to flake in and out on me. I wonder if it helps if I moved it a little sooner or a little later. Got a feeling if, you know what, I'm going to start this all over again because I got a feeling I just, go. Okay, I'm going to delete from here. So this just feels too big. Too big. Let's do it about here. Okay, prograde makes it worse. Retrograde. Get the hit. There, see, why were you having so much trouble with this? Okay, normal, I think, is the mistake. No. Now that's, I'm missing it again. Not 100% sure why this is putting up such fight. Put that back to 0. Back to here. Okay. Keep putting on the radiation belts every time I type in 0. Okay, try normal. No, normal this way. There we go. It shouldn't be that hard. There. I think I'm just out of practice. A little bit the other way. And we'll make this like 15's good. Big thing is to try and keep it polarish. That looks polarish to me. We're going to go with that. It always happens when people are watching. It's performance anxiety. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick save. Okay, I have this alarm, but I also have, I got used while doing my stock streams, but I also have the Kerbal alarm clock mod. I think I'll just use that. I'm still more used to this. So we'll do that SOI change. Coming up in 4 days. I think everybody's healthy and happy and stuff. Oh yeah, they got a few dozen days of food left. So let's get out there. We're getting a coronal mass ejection. That's okay. These guys are all pretty... Actually, how far are we... Okay, you know what we should do? Yeah, we're going to get a 4-hour storm. The best plan is going to be... See if I can move this. Am I still time warping? It says I'm still time warping at 100. No. Okay. If I can just roll... I can't tell which way to go because I don't even know what I'm controlling by. And this thing obviously is... Oh, forget it. They got the shield. I was going to turn it so that they would be shielded by the asteroid. But you know what? Forget it. It's not worth it. Not worth it. They'll live through the solar storm without an issue. They better anyway. Oh yeah, they hardly have any radiation. Oh, one thing I did do in the interim, some people may remember, even though I left this... Whoa, 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 what happened there? Okay, that's why I quick saved. Oh my gosh, we're off to a rocky start. I went right by my moon encounter. Or something... Maybe... No. I don't know. Maybe that... Oh, maybe that's what's so confusing! Oh my gosh, maybe this moon encounter isn't coming up on this this turn. Yeah, this moon encounter's in 4 days. What the heck is going on here? This is in 2 hours. That's why... Are we going around once and then it's on the future? Okay, okay, okay. Sorry for the rocky start, but we are not... That's in 1 day. Okay, no, that's right. Oh my gosh. I think we must have just gone... Oh my gosh. Let's turn off all our crap. There. Okay, one more try. Oh, who am I kidding? If it takes more than this, there'll be more tries, but... I'm going to do this better. We'll do this quicker. It was like that, and then normal to come out. Look how quick I did it that time. Okay, that looks polarish. Okay, let's pay attention this time. So we're going to add an alarm for our sphere of influence change. And this time we're going to watch it from out here. I got a little, I don't know exactly. Oh, well, this contract is complete here, so all I got to do is bring my Kerbals back. But I guess it is coming up. Let's watch it from here. So quick save again. But all of a sudden I noticed I was coming close to Kerbin. Oh, wait, I got to do the maneuver. Oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh. How about doing the maneuver? How's that for an idea? Oh my. Okay, I really. Oh, I'm reading the chat now. Are you sure you're qualified for this sort of thing? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Something's happening to me. I forgot. Let's do the encounter. I totally forgot I got a maneuver here to do. Oh, for goodness sakes. To be honest, there's an advantage to trying to come around and get close to Kerbin again. I can get that low space asteroid science, but I think the better plan is to actually do this maneuver. Now, what's going to be a lot of fun, is orienting this to the maneuver node. Okay. So that's delete the maneuvers. I don't need you. Okay, we're going to control from... I'm not quite sure what's happening with the textures here. That's not encouraging. One thing at a time. Let's control from here. Yeah, control from here. I did... Okay, let's get into the part... Oh, it isn't auto-strutted. I'm just looking at this texture. I did do some auto-strutting on this thing, and I've had auto-strutting in the past. I auto-strutted this whole spine because it was wobbly, but someone told me that if you auto-strut to the grandparent part rather than the heaviest part, that helps. But I'm looking at right there. That does not look healthy. Okay, one thing at a time. Let's get this on the maneuver node. One thing at a time. All right. The one thing you can count on me doing is doing goofy, messy things. If I target the center of mass of this, I'm just noticing that too. Yeah, I'm off on the center of mass too. Okay, we'll have to fix a couple things here. Because we added the ship onto here, that shifted the center of mass. Well, actually, I don't know. It might be... Oh, I don't know. The center of mass of the asteroid might not be the center of mass of this whole... Okay, we're just going to fly and see what happens. So this should be the only engine that's on. Yep. I'm having trouble just getting it onto the maneuver node here. I do have a lot of RCS, so I could use RCS to... Should have a lot of monopropellant, shouldn't I? Right? Maybe? Not huge amounts. Probably have wasted it. Yeah, just being more experienced simply means you get yourself into bigger troubles. Okay, so I just want to get it on this node. I'm hoping that this thing will steer in an approximation of a straight line. I targeted the center of mass of the asteroid, but given like what's going on with all this stuff, that could not be the center of mass of the whole thing. So this thrust might not be going through the center of mass. When I build something this stupid, I'm only myself to blame. If you build something like this. If you find, this might be difficult to fly. Okay, I'm still trying to get onto the maneuver node here. I'm just reluctant to use SA. I'll have to keep the thrust really low. Let's watch this from the moon. This time to start the burn-in is by no means crucial. So if I miss this start time, should be able... I'm going to start burning as soon as I'm on the little maneuver node thing. And we'll just do this really low thrust. And hopefully... the capture might turn out to be fun. If this is going to be a challenge, the capture alone might be fun, but we'll see how it goes. Start adding a little bit of thrust. Oh, I think I'm having trouble. Well, no, I'm getting it back. It's coming back. Oh my gosh. No, it really wants to pull this way, so I do think I need to reorient. We'll finish this off this way. Here, I got to reduce the RCS on. Watch your monoprop. I'm having trouble holding it onto this vector. It wants to pull this way, which means I do have to reorient. But I do want to watch. I don't want to end up burning through too much monopropellant doing all this too. Okay, now I can add more thrust. But there's no way I'm going to get a capture. Why is that still on that there? No way I'm going to get a capture like this. Whose idea was it to build? Oh, reduce thrust. I'm having trouble holding it. So, it doesn't want to stay on. Whose idea was this to build something like this? Couldn't have been my idea. Couldn't have been my idea. Okay, so as soon as this thing sort of looks like it's a bit of a polarish orbit, I'm going to cut my throttle. You know, as long as that periapsis doesn't get too low, it's fine. I don't like how low it's getting. Stop going so low. I guess I can fix that once we're at the moon. Getting the inclination about right is the bigger thing. Alright, I'm cutting it. Cut throttle. Oh, RCS off. There we go. Monopropellant, I'm still okay. That's doable. That's workable. Okay. Now, this thing is just kind of tumbling. We'll worry about that in a second. Let's see. No, what I need to do is reposition this guy. For sure. So I'm going to do just a very quick little time warp. Just to stop the tumbling. And what we're going to do, I'm going to do a quick save because I do not trust how this looks. This all looks really sketchy. So let's find the advanced grabber unit. You're still tumbling on me, aren't you? Okay, let's I'm debating there whether I should undock and reposition this whole thing or simply no, let's just try freeing the pivot. If you free the pivot, you should be able to move around. I want to get this pointing onto the center of mass. It doesn't feel like... Oh gosh, this doesn't look healthy. What the heck? Okay, lock it. Where's the lock? Where's the lock? Lock the pivot. This was literally sliding over the asteroid. Oh man, what are you hooked to? What is going on? You leave a game for a few months, you come back and everything is goofy. Okay, I'm going to go through, I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm looking to see if any of this is auto-strutted. I don't think it is. Maybe back here? Because I know auto-strutting can cause this kind of wackiness. I don't think it is. I think I disabled all the auto-strutting. But like, look at this connection. Right here. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm going to do a quick save. I'm going to undock, and then I'm going to take a look and see what this even looks like, because something's not right. So, where are we here? We have arm, disarm. Shouldn't there be release? Okay, what happened? Tuck you away. Okay, it looks normal now. I disabled those. Do that. Okay, now it looks normal. Maybe it wasn't as bad. Grab this, bring this back, put that on, and just get back away. Okay, we're going to disarm. Okay, that's looking normal. And arm it again. Okay, I'm on the Navball. I'm on the center of mass now. So what I'm going to do, time warp to get that thing to stop bloody rotating. That's one thing I'm going to do. Okay. Ramming speed. See if this is better if we rehook all this. Hopefully, won't give me grief. The camera here. Okay. See what happens. Okay. I'm hoping that's a better connection now. Something just felt really, really weird. I don't know. We're going to go for it. Feels like it's more opposite to this too. How can you have an idea where the center of mass of the asteroid is? Like, that's the problem is when you do this and say target the center of mass, is it targeting just the center of mass of this? Is it taking into account the mass of all this nonsense? I honestly don't know, which might be part of my whole problem. Okay, whatever. We're going to go for it. So let's see here. Let's add an alarm for that SOI change. We're back to trying that again. Now it says that the SOI change is 3 days away. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess it does. I guess we are just, yeah. How can it be 3 days away? That makes no sense. How can that be 3 hours away and this be 3 days away? How on earth is this happening? Okay, I'm just going to time warp from here. I don't like the way this is shaking too. I don't know if people can see that or not, but oh, there we go. How can that be 3 days away and that be 3 hours away? This makes no sense. Where's the moon? The moon's way over here. It's not even oh my gosh. Batteries are almost dead. Oh my, of course they are, because I'm not paying any attention to that. What's the exposure on this? 87%. It should be fine. I don't know why. It's whatever. It should be fine. Where's my electricity? What's using up electricity? Oh my god, this is turning into just everything. What? Says solar panel. Okay, I got solar panels there. What is... Oh my gosh. Apparently I'm using up a lot of electricity. Yeah, we're draining electricity fast. This is... And the time warp is like... There's something up with the time warp too. I don't know if people can see. This says 10,000 time warp, but I'm not at 10. I'm at 0. Oh boy. This is going to be an adventure. An adventure. What is using up? I should be able to see. Where's the electricity stuff here? Electric charge. What is others? It says others, and it's saying SAS off. Okay, that took care of a lot of the others. Okay. Are we charging now? Not... Yeah. But, having the SAS on wasn't super good. Too many reaction wheels. Great. So, as if I didn't have enough issues, I'm also having issues with electric charge. And by the way, with Kerbalism, if I run out of electric charge, the scrubbers in the capsules here will turn off, and all these folks will die. So there's always that to look forward to, too. Do I only have the one solar panel on? Oh, no, I have another solar panel. Let's extend that one. That'll help. But I got to figure out what's going on with this save, because there is definitely a lot of goofiness. Okay, so electrical generation should now be... Where are we? Electric charge. Electric charge is now perpetual, so we're now charging again. Turning off the SAS seemed to have helped. Okay. Now let's figure out what the heck is going on here. So we are not encountering the moon. There's just no way, because the moon is way over here. So we're in this orbit. Okay. I guess that's what's happening. No, and our periapsis is into the atmosphere. That's... Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'm being told they'll be lasting many days without... Oh, well, I'd have to check on that, but I've had Kerbals die on me in hours. Anyway, so we are not encountering the moon this time around. I guess it's on the next time, but in my fiddling, I have put my periapsis down into the atmosphere of Kerbin. That's not cool. This is turning into way, way more effort than it should. So we got to fix that right now. Should I just burn prograde? Or should I burn... Ah. I want to try and not mess up. I can come as close as I want, just not into the atmosphere. I want to try and not... Okay, let's put this on just radially out and burn. So let's get rid of this. Am I controlling from the right thing? Control from here. Putting this onto the radially out vector. Let's get our periapsis out of the atmosphere. It will be a chance to do some low Kerbin science with that asteroid sample, so there is always a bright side, so that is going to be our bright side. How's my electricity holding up? Electric charge is full now, so we got where we've rectified that particular adventure. Oh my gosh. But one thing at a time, we have to make it so that we're not going to go through the atmosphere. Because, you know what? This whole thing, I don't think would do very well through the atmosphere. Just a sneaky suspicion. Electric charge is popping. Yeah, those it's all of the using of the reaction wheels that are eating up a lot of electricity. Man, there's 5,000 units of electrical storage on this thing. You would think that would be adequate. Bring another asteroid. That's one of the... I did have a game once where I brought a couple of asteroids and hooked them together using a sort of a thing like this. It's kind of fun. It's like Tinker Toys. But that won't be happening anytime soon. Okay, I can see I'm coming towards where my target is here. The tourists are certainly getting a lot for their money, though. That's for sure. That was weird that it was showing that encounter so far into the future. But hopefully... Okay, we're almost onto our radial vector. And all I'm going to do is push this periapsis to the point where we're just above 70 kilometers. And not going into the atmosphere. And then we'll probably have to reset up that moon encounter again. Alright, that's good enough. Let's do it. A little bit of thrust. Oh, it's holding on to the direction better, so there's that. That's good. Okay, and there. 71 kilometers. That is fine. We can lose that. We can lose that. We can turn off SAS and hopefully we're charging up again. Okay, so we are going to be going back towards Kerbin again. We still have our moon encounter, so that's good. But I'm sure I have to do some... Maybe that's why I was having so much trouble with the... set that as a target and focus the view. With setting up that maneuver before. Maybe that was the whole issue. Oh, this doesn't even look that messed up. That doesn't even look that messed up. What happens a little bit more normal? Other way. That at 25. And is that still kind of, sort of, maybe perpendicular? No, it needs to come a little more. Maybe like that. I wish there was a way to see, you know, what that exact inclination is going to be. Wait a minute. No, that won't work. Had an idea, but the idea is a dumb one. So I'll just eyeball it. So it looks kind of like 90 degrees. We're coming 23 kilometers above the surface. That should be fine. Okay. Okay. So another alarm. This one's for periapsis. Give me like 4 minutes warning. That's coming up in 1 hour and 45 minutes. That seems reasonable. As your engines are too low thrust, I did know... Oh, are these engines really low thrust? I'm seeing it. No, they're not. I'm just using really low thrust. Okay, let's... I have done that too, where I'm... this is at full thrust, and this is one of these giant nerves that come with restock. And... But this is an opportunity for more science. We get to see Kerbin again. Coming around here. Let's get rid of the contracts. Nothing's happening with that right now. Declutter up all this stuff. Okay. And we are in near space again. It's below 250 kilometers. So, it is an opportunity for science. So, Mac, get on out there. And I checked because it's like one time I checked and they didn't. And look, no monopropellant. So her EVA pack is... Okay, let's figure that out. There is monopropellant aboard, so do I need to bring monopropellant into cans on this thing? Oh my gosh. There's monopropellant there. Why would she not have monopropellant? Let's try that again. EVA. She has no monopropellant. If I let go, she'd be in trouble. And I had that happening to me once, so I got in the habit of always checking that. But why on earth she suddenly has no monopropellant? I don't know. Why? Cargo. I want to look at, right? It's all great to... Oh, here it is. Mac the G. Oh, you can't tell from here. What if I did some silly swappy thing? That shouldn't make a difference, but... You never know. For some reason, they're not filling up her... For some reason, she is not getting her... let's swap packs with somebody else. Let's see that. Mac the G again. Now she has monopropellant. I don't understand that. Now she has monopropellant. Why? So I swapped her EVA container with somebody else's. It should fill automatically from the monopropellant stores on the vessel. Why it isn't, I don't know. But anyway, EVA science while we're still in the low space. Take a sample. Okay, we did that. Head on back. Boy, I'm glad I checked. Oh, shoot, I just turned her off. I'm glad I checked that because I've done that once before where I didn't realize they had no monopropellant and I let go and they drifted away and that turned into an adventure to recover them. So, bored. Okay. It never ends. Okay, so that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. Let's get back to here. Okay. We have a maneuver coming up. This is no good here, but we do have a maneuver coming up. Give me 5 minutes warning. Add that alarm. So we got a maneuver coming up in 5 hours and 4 minutes. That seems fine. We're going to do another quick save. We're going to head out for that maneuver. This is turning into an adventure. I was able to get a refill from a crashed vehicle during a rescue, so that was weird. Yeah, I don't know why that wasn't refilling. I had that happen once before. I don't know if it has to do with these capsules. That somehow, because though these capsules don't have a monopropellant reserve, that somehow it gets messed up. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Leaving Kerbin again. How are they doing for radiation exposure? 2% of a lethal dose of radiation. That's fine. And they're not at all stressed. This will hopefully be the last home for this stupid asteroid. But oh my goodness, they're not making my life easy. Okay, we are at our maneuver. And hopefully I'm still controlling from the right thing. Control from here. Yep. Because this is the thing that provides thrust. I made sure to turn this engine off. I've done that trick more than once. Where you have two different vessels docked, but you have both their engines going, so they actually are fighting each other. Oh boy, it takes a while for this thing to turn around. I'm assuming all of these, I got multiple reaction wheels at the front. I'm assuming they are all on. Yeah, that one's on. That one's on. Yeah, it's all glamour with the asteroids until do something dumb. They are a pain to move around. Okay, so watch it from here. Again, the main purpose of this is to get that inclination as close to 90 and a low periapsis so we can get some near space asteroid science too. Oh, come on. I'm trying. You can just look here where my yaw pitch indicators are. This thing. I was over torqued. I'm going past and I'm really reluctant to keep using monopropellant because we are tight for monopropellant. Because I've used it too much in all of the adventures with this asteroid. Oh, for goodness sakes. Where are you going? I had too much momentum and I went right past where also rolling. Let's stop that. Oh, I bet you everyone's going to be happy to see this asteroid just parked and done, and then we're going to get those folks home. And I was hoping to actually get to another mission. I have a second contract here to do, Jeb, to do some flight training with some from Kerbals back on the surface, but I think this is going to take up all of the time just doing this. And I have an idea for some probes to collect some more science, but oh well, next week. Next week. I don't think there's any gimbling on this engine either, right? No. Nuclear engines are never gimbaled. Oh, the capture, she's gonna be fun, I tell ya. So we got trying. There's so much momentum, it's just hard to aim it. Okay, I think if I'm anywhere in the vicinity, I'm just gonna go for it. Just go. Start giving some thrust. What do people think? Does that look I think that's good enough. Okay, so we're going again in the right vicinity. We have, oh, turn SAS off, charge up those batteries again. There's the moon. At least we're close by to it this time. So let's again alarm for that SOI change. This time it's coming up in 4 hours. I'm hoping that that actually makes some degree of sense. Should. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Got nonsense in the chat. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Where's the moon? Here comes the moon. Okay. Oh, we got another warning for some more, another solar storm. We do seem to get a lot of them. It's a good thing these guys have dozens of days of food, because I'd be in trouble if it wasn't that case. You know what I might just do? I'm just thinking about this. We'll see. Because if we're just riding around on this thing because the tourists wanted it. Let's get into the SOI. I'll explain what I'm thinking about. We're riding around on the asteroids because the tourists wanted to ride around. Oh, I guess we want to get into near space. So we want to keep a scientist in near space. Let's get another EVA report. Again, no monopropellant on Mac the G. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think this is the trick. Is you take Mac the G and switch. Okay, let's try EVAing again. Nope, no monopropellant. No, thankfully, we have lots and lots of... Let's try that. EVA pack. EVA Mac. Mac is my scientist, so that's why I keep using her. Now she has monopropellant. Okay. Let's go over there, get that asteroid sample in high space about the moon. Take a sample. Nice. Okay. Return. Because here, and then I'll explain what I'm thinking about. Well, I got a feeling she's below. Gotta find her hatch. There we go. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking about. Pushing this thing around, a big reason why this is such a pain is because we got this big ship here attached to it. But the only reason it was attached was for the tourist contract and collecting science. We could really dispose of that right now. I'm just worried this capture is going to be a real pain. That's what I'm worried about. What is my inclination, by the way? Do I have it up here anywhere? 91 degrees, that ain't bad. But I'm worried this capture burn is going to be a major pain in my back end. And I don't want to... That should be good enough. What I'm considering is detaching these folks, getting them on their way back to Kerbin. Oh, for goodness sakes. Sorry. I got more. It's a spammy day, unfortunately. Who is it that clicks on these things? That's what I want to know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go. Back to this again, is detach this, get them on their way back to Kerbin. That will make the asteroid easier to maneuver for this thing. And then... Because I'm worried about this capture. It's a 1 minute and 13 second burn at full thrust. I'm thinking that's a plan. I'm thinking that's a plan. So what? Let's check out our fuel situation and all that stuff. Make sure these guys are loaded up. So liquid fuel. Nuclear engine just need liquid fuel. For some reason, it's not showing me where the tanks are. There we go. So they're like at half. They're pretty good. And monopropellant. They need a little bit of monopropellant for docking. I do have a station. And they do have a little bit of monopropellant for docking. And I think it's good enough. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do that. I think it just only makes sense to undock here. Yeah, you're going to get a change in the center of mass of this ensemble. The ensemble's the right thing, but I think this is not a bad idea. Okay, let's undock. Okay. Okay, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Now these guys, the life of these folks now is a lot better. They can back away. You know, now that I'm doing this, of course, it would have made way more sense to have done this before we... Oh, no, but then I wouldn't have got that asteroid sample I just got. So there's an upside because of that. I must have disabled some reaction wheels. This thing's barely doing anything. And they're hidden in here. And every time I use this thing, it's taking radiation damage? Oh, my goodness. Okay, one thing at a time. Oh, they are running. Okay, I think I got reaction wheels issues. All right, cool. Reaction wheels have taken radiation damage. That's Kerbalism. That's interesting. We shall worry about that later. I do have an engineer board. Maybe we can do some repairs. But what I wants to do, what kind of crazy orbit are these folks going to end up in? Yeah, I thought so. So there is that. So we're going to have to do some correcting here. Let's activate our engines. I think let's delete this node. I'm all over it. What we're going to do is majorly change this trajectory. Come out this way. And try and see if we can... Yeah, I want to finagle... I'm looking at my periapsis with Kerbin. This is turning into too much. Okay, so what we're going to do... We're going to just come on the near side here. And I'm thinking... A secondary burn here. This is just rough... But a secondary burn here should get my periapsis down with Kerbin. Ooh, I don't like how big this is looking. So that we can rendezvous with the station. How much is that second maneuver costing me, though? That's 500. Okay, we're not doing that. Not doing that second maneuver. Let's see if we can plan B. Might not have been as smart as I thought. Okay, pushing this out. Might be better just to get the capture and live with it. With the way this is costing. Maybe not. Maybe not. So I'm looking at my periapsis with Kerbin there. Right? There's no way for me to come out in an equatorial orbit about Kerbin. We can deal. We got 1,300 meters per second left in this thing. So what we're going to do, let's get on that vector. I don't want to do this and end up in that crazy orbit here. So we're just going to deflect our trajectory here away from the moon. That's too much. Okay, that's enough. Okay. So these guys will just ride through. And whether I'm doing this smart or dumb, I'm not sure. But it's what I'm doing. Okay, is this engine on full thrust? Yes, and we're not driving into our asteroid. Alright, let's go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We're leaving. We're leaving. This is getting too crazy for us. We're getting our tourists home. You're on your own, asteroid. Do love that plume that's coming from the waterfall mod. Good evening, Dan. Glad you can make it. I've been having my adventures with my conglomeration of parts attached to an asteroid. Who would have thunk attaching a bazillion heavy parts to an asteroid would make it hard to move it around? But these guys have had enough. They're like, no more of this. We are on our way home. We're going to sling by the moon. There's the moon over there. And head our ways back to Kerbin. Get back to the station. Get down to the surface. Call it a day because we've had enough. We've had enough of your silliness. We shan't take it no more. Okay, I think I'm calling that. So let's delete that. So we're coming by the moon here. It ain't pretty. We're going to end up in this orbit. And we're going to have to make some inclination changes and the like. But we still got 1100 meters per second left of delta V. So these folks should be okay. And we also got to take a look at those reaction wheels because they are certainly not working at 100%. They still have dozens of days of food. So let's add an alarm for the SOI change. And let's get back to our asteroid. So our asteroid probably is right here. Yeah. Switch to that. Okay. And Misa hoping that this is now going to be easier to sling about. So I think I got to reset up that capture, don't I? Yes, I do. So let's set up. So we're coming in into near space. The whole plan of coming in for near space was actually just to collect science. That isn't going to happen now. So this is ill-conceived. I'll admit it. But I do want this into a 50 by 50 polar orbit. So I'm bringing this Apple axis right down to 50. I do have to make a slight inclination change if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah, I'm in a 91. We can do that when we do our final insertion here. There we go. So the idea here is to do this capture, come up here, push this up to 50. That's going to be our orbit for this guy. And this is a 2 minute and 16 second burn. Needless to say, I'm a little nervous because this thing might not be able to sling it around super easily but we shall do our best. How am I doing for electricity? Pinned to the top, that's a good sign. It says perpetual. I don't even know where the heck the solar panel. Oh, there's this itty bitty little solar panel. Is that the, oh, I do have a backup one. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. So those are my solar panels. Right now they're getting lots of sun. Okay, F5, add a maneuver for our here. Give us, oh my lord, 5 minutes warning again. And F5 one more time just to be safe. Yes, I'm definitely gonna, I'm being seen in the chat to use an engineer to take a look at those reaction wheels. That is definitely in the cards. I'm definitely gonna do that, but I want to get this capture first. Get this all set up. So we're going to come into near space about the moon for... Oh, wait a minute. What's near space about the moon? Isn't it? Oh, no, it's like 26 kilometers. Okay, so whatever. Maybe I'll move it as some future date. I don't know. But right now, all that, I don't care. Okay. So this is approximately a retrograde burn. Look at it, slinging around. Oh my gosh. Don't get there too quick. I might see if I can center this on the center of mass again. Oh, you know what will help? Is there any liquid fuel in this? Yes. Getting as much liquid fuel into here would be a good idea. So you don't have this pendulum bob of liquid fuel sitting out here at the end. Okay. I'm going to free this pivot. Oh boy. Where is it? There. Free that pivot. And then I should be able to put this onto the center of mass there. If that is indeed the center of mass of the asteroid, who the heck knows? Okay, lock pivot. Now, please tell me I'm controlling from the right thing too. Yeah. I got me a feeling I'm going to be spending some time making this burn. I'm not going to be able to just go to full thrust. Still 3 minutes from the burn. Near space is 60 kilometers of the moon. So when my final orbit will be in near space. So I can send some Kerbals out here in the future and do the near space thing. That's good to know. Okay, we are coming over a pole. Put that up there. You can tell by the camera shenanigans. In this. That's a storage container. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cautiously go to half thrust. Sort of see what happens here. Okay, doing pretty good. I'm holding on to my vector. Okay, we're going to cut that. I did that as sort of a test that I could hang on to this maneuver thingy-ma-ding. And I could. I don't know how bold. I don't think I should wait for this to get to 0. Let's start again. Go a little more than full half thrust. I'm actually rather impressed. I am. I don't here. Yeah, I am. Oh no, I can affect my. I'm staying on this. I'm able to control this. That's good. I am burning, by the way. You can barely see the exhaust. Oh, come back, come back, come back. I'm starting to lose it. Come back. And I do want to. My periapsis is safe. That's important. I'm coming up. Yep, I'm able. I'm coming back onto the maneuver node. Good, good, good. As long as I can get the capture, I can take my time doing everything else. Let's just hold it like this. Holding it like this. So we are in near space. Okay, good. I'm very happy that we are in near space. How many ignitions does the engines have? Oh my gosh, Rob DeVos says. I have not played Kerbalism in nearly enough time, but yes, this only has a limited number of ignitions. I had an engineer that I could have checked it out. 21 ignitions, so that's good. An engineer must have checked. Ah, that is my capture. An engineer must have checked it out. That is good to know. Thank you, Rob, for pointing that out. Because you have a limited number of ignitions on these engines with Kerbalism. Oh my gosh, haven't played this in long enough. Okay, we got a capture. That is a good sign. That is a very good sign. All right. So yeah, I'm just going to keep because this is working well. I know this is taking a little while, but I'm keeping my thrust at a little over half. I get a little bit more. Jay, maybe even a little bit less actually. Now that I'm looking, it says I'm almost up to the time that I should have started the burn. So we're going to keep going with this until our apoapsis is at 50 kilometers, and then it's going to be a very tiny burn for the final insertion. Okay, I'm glad I sent my Kerbals off on their own thing. I think that was the right plan. Because I don't think this would have gone as well with the Nerve 1 sticking off the side here. Whoops. Sorry, I'm looking at my ship and not looking at my Navball enough. I'm kind of out of control here a little bit. Let's see if we can get back where we're supposed to be. I'm basically constantly... Can I show this? Where's the right... No. This one. I'm basically constantly doing something here with the yaw, the pitch, or the roll. So people can see this thing is still not easy to fly. I just realized as well, I had the ship attached at one of these docking ports on the side. Actually, it was this one, because it's got the smaller port. Which now I'm looking at it, that's kind of dumb, because I could have put it at the end. That would have made my life easier right there. But making my life easy doesn't seem to be what I excel at, so... Oh, we're going right by the maneuver node. Pin the other way, but we're getting close. We're getting close. This will make a whale of a station someday. Which is going to be the whole thing. Hello there, I like spice. I like spice. I like space in KSP. Welcome. Good to see you. Okay, we're getting close. I'm quite a ways off the maneuver node, but my apoapsis is now below 100 kilometers, so that means I am generally in the right direction. I'm just going to cut it when it gets 50. My periapsis is dropping quickly, but we're past our periapsis. Oh, no, we're not past our periapsis. I got to be careful. I'm still going downwards. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Here, I'm just going to get ready to cut. Okay, I overdid that. I think I completely lost what the maneuver node was doing. All right, where is Mr. Sun so we can get some rays on my teeny tiny little solar panel? Well, I should be getting some okay exposure. Oh, turn the SAS off. A solar panel's taking radiation damage. I should have had a... Well, let's open up... That's why I keep a backup. Let's open up the backup. Wait a minute, this guy's not even deployed. I think everything's just old. Okay. I thought if I kept it undeployed, it wouldn't take damage. But no. No. Okay. I'm happy with that. Not the prettiest of orbits, but it ain't terrible. Okay, we're going to put a maneuver here. My periapsis isn't too low, no. And we're going to put this up to 50 by 50. Or thereabouts. That's fine. And I also want to take a look at our inclination. Our predicted inclination is 91 degrees. Let's see if we can fix that. Which way is going to fix our inclination at the same time? That way. Get that inclination at... Doing this at the same time as this prograde burn is not going... It's not going to add much to it. Okay, so inclination 90.0. That's good enough. We're going to leave that. Okay, so that burn's coming up in 26 minutes. We're still... These guys aren't leaving their SOI yet, so we are good. We got one more job for you, and then that should be that. What is happening, says Natalia. Natalia, I am trying to put this asteroid into this polar orbit so that I can, in the future, start building a space station off of this crazy truss thing here. We did have Kerbals on here, but they had enough, and they're on their way home. They are... There they are. They're like, we're out of here. And then I got to get those folks back to Kerbin. So that's everything that's sort of going on. There's a lot going on, I have to say. And it's turning into, as is typical, more of an adventure than I anticipated. But the job seems to be getting done. That's what's important. And actually, at the beginning, if you recall, there was a lot of kind of goofiness going on with the time warp and everything. That seems to have sorted itself out. Because now the time warp actually goes down to 1, the way it's supposed to. Before it wasn't doing that. As well, you may recall that if I went to orbital view, things were all shaky. Well, they might still be a little shaky. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Okay, getting up to that maneuver. Sorry, I see a... Really got the spam happening today. Where is my ship? Okay, here we are. I gotta admit, when it comes to this, the spam porn, I'm curious as to who are the people that actually click on those things. I'm not judging people for porn. I'm just saying you can go find porn. It's not like it's hard. Why do you need to react to, oh my gosh, porn? I didn't know you could get the internet. I didn't know you could get porn on the internet. Well, thank you, spam bot. All right, where are we going here? Okay, so I'm just trying to get onto that maneuver node. We'll do this final bit of this insertion. Something down there on the surface. I've done very little around the moon. Not nearly as much as I potentially could. Okay. Where am I at? Oh my gosh. All right, so we're almost at our maneuver. Sorry, I'm playing whack-a-mole with spam bots at the same time. But let's do this maneuver first. Why is that always on target? Because I always set that on target. Okay. Oh, let's go. Look at the little flame inside the bell. Just noticed that for the first time. That's kind of neat. Okay. Again, I'm losing the maneuver node, but I think I'm just going to reduce this. I'm going for 50 by 50, and hopefully my inclination's pretty close to what it's supposed to go to be. It's what it's supposed to be to go by, you know. Okay, what do we got here? I got 50 by 49 and inclination of 89.96. I'm fine. I'm going to call that. That is done. That's an asteroid in orbit about the moon again. That's where this whole thing started from. Hopefully we'll form a good base for a station. I'll attach a lander to it, and we're going to try starting exploiting the moon. But in the meantime, I do have to get these folks back home. All right. Hello, peoples. All right, so let's see here. These folks are still 40 minutes away. Let's get an engineer. So we're starting to take radiation damage on everything. This is an old craft. Let's get out an engineer. So EVA. Again, I'm going to look. Do we have monopropellant? Nope. This might turn into a problem. So that was Steven, our engineer. We give max. All I'm doing is swapping EVA packs. No monopropellant. Okay. Let's go. I'm really worried actually because I've done this now a few times that Kerbalism sees all of these as empty. And if that's the case, I think my ability to EVA... Okay, let's... There is monopropellant aboard. There it is right there. And I'm not exactly sure why. They're all there. Unfortunately, those are my only monopropellant. I was hoping maybe I could move them to somewhere else where there's monopropellant being stored, and that suddenly Kerbalism would see it. I think the problem is the capsule, says Eduardo, and I agree. These capsules don't hold monopropellant, and I think there's... I mean, it should be taking them from these containers here, but I've got me a feeling that that's where the problem is lying, that somehow... But I'm not... I'm just checking these inventory containers if I happen to have another EVA pack just kind of kicking around. I don't have them, and unfortunately the tourists don't carry EVA packs, right? No, they carry nothing. Oh, so I think I'm gonna have to get back to the station before I can check out what's going on here. So no more EVAs. We are doing... I think it is a bug. But in the meantime, let's get out of here. And hopefully we can still get this thing back to the moon. Or back to the moon, back to Kerbin. Without any other incidences. Yeah. Yeah, I think for whatever reason, Kerbalism is not seeing the monoprop that's in these containers. Okay, we're just going to leave the SOI. There we go. Now we're going to need to make, some adjustments. Because there is a station. Actually, if I recall correctly, I think there's a couple of stations. There's a min-miss gate. That makes sense. This is the one we're interested in. There's a min-miss gateway, and then the WKMS space station, which is in an equatorial orbit. And the min-miss gateway is for getting out to min-miss, obviously. It's in a plane that matches min-miss's plane. So we need to get to this one here. We can now turn all this stuff off, because we probably should see it. Yeah. But we're going to need to make an inclination change. We are very close to the ascending node and we're going very slow. I'm wondering if the best plan might be, let's see if we can make somewhat of an inclination change right here, right now, without it being too crazy expensive while we're still out here. I like this. Yes, I like this. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And let's put it on the little dinger-dong. And we also want to get our periapsis down into the atmosphere, do some aerobreaking. 45 kilometers always seems to be a success for me. There we go. But I'd love to bring my inclination down at the same time. So we're going to, this is multitasking. It's a multiple burn. Okay, what are we predicted? Predicted inclination now is 3.6. We can bring it down a little further than that, right? Oh, we won't be able to bring it right down because we're not right at the ascending node. That makes perfect sense. In fact, it'd be best to kind of leave the ascending node up a little bit high. And, okay, so we're going to take off a little bit of this retrograde here. And I'm going to leave... Whoa. We do not need another moon encounter. We're not going to get it because we're going to... I'm leaving this ascending node intentionally up high because it'll be... I need to make a further inclination change. And the higher you get this, or the further away this is from Kerbin, the cheaper that inclination change will be, even if the actual inclination difference is a little bit higher. So anyway... 35 kilometers is way too low. That is a burn-up situation, but 45 kilometers certainly should be nice. There we go. Okay, so we're going to perform this burn immediately. Right now, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, am I playing in 1.12? Nope. Yes, this is 1.12. This is the most recent version, 100% updated KSP with a whole... army of mods. I often get people asking me, like, are your mods, like, some of the mods are not up to date, and that is true. Some of my mods are not up to date, but they work anyway, so I use them. Okay, let's do this burn. You know, like, a lot of times mods don't always necessarily break. Just because technically they're not up to date. And so all the mods that I'm using now all do work clearly in 1.12, even though some of them are not technically they are not compatible. So great big inclination change here. And the main thing I'm going to look at here is my periapsis. I want it about 45 kilometers. Well, I overdid it just a bit. Let's see if we can undo some of that with some RCS puffs. There we go. 45. Now I'm being silly, but 45. 44.999. Okay. So you can get rid of this maneuver node. I wasn't even really looking at that. And an inclination of 6 degrees. That's good. Okay. We're going to quick save. We're going to be aerobreaking. And I do have trajectories installed, speaking of mods. So we can put on, let's see, we are going to go through here in a retrograde direction. Yeah, just pure retrograde. And I'm going to show us our trajectory. So right there in white is our predicted trajectory after, oh my gosh, things are wobbly. I hate that. That makes me so nervous. Okay, it's what it is. So, we'll see how it does. Oh, well, welcome, HMV Project, who has joined my YouTube members as a novice rocketeer. Thank you for the support. What am I doing? I'm losing. Oh, yeah, I want to do this. I want to set an alarm for periapsis. Give me 15 minutes warning here. So it's coming up in 3 hours and 51 minutes. Time to atmosphere. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And we are still going to keep an eye on my Kerbals. Yes, electricity's good. Okay. Let's go. Let's turn off this for now. All right, Kerbin, we're coming. We're coming, we're coming, we're coming. Hopefully we can get these folks to the station. I'm looking at the time and I'm hoping that I'm setting that now as my goal to get to the station. And then we'll get them down to the surface and then we'll just do something else next time. I thought this was going to be a simple thing to get us started. Oh my goodness. Okay. Crossing radiation belts. All right, let's put this on retrograde, on the surface retrograde vector. I believe 0 should, yes, retract everything except for you. I obviously don't have you. Let's retract that one. And what I also like to do is retract these guys, but then I hold the B button. They're toggled to the brakes. So that if all of a sudden I'm noticing they're really, really overheating, I can just let go of the B button and they'll retract. Or if all of a sudden I'm noticed my apoapsis is becoming dangerously low, I can reduce the amount of drag by dropping these. So let's get down into the atmosphere. This should be good, right? 45. Yeah, I've done this lots of times. There we go. Okay. Braking. About 1 minute and 20 seconds from periapsis. Things should start getting hot, but then they should be getting better. And I think I got everything retracted. I do. By the way, these air brakes have been modified. Notice I've got titanium written on them. So they're a little heavier, a little more expensive than the regular air brakes, but they are more heat resistant. I think the material of the regular air brakes that come with the game is aluminum, but aluminum ain't going to cut it out here. So I made my own air brakes made of titanium. That was recommended by a viewer to do that. And he even recommended the values that I take for how much heat resistance they should have, how much, how heavy they should be if they really were made of titanium. So that's great. But having these guys, I don't have to worry so much about them overheating and blowing up is pretty nice. Okay, are we doing good? I think we're doing good. Please tell me we're doing good. Okay, we're 30 seconds from periapsis. I know we're just a giant fireball right now, but I don't see things overheating. I have Kerbal Engineer showing me critical temperature, and it's not even at 50% yet. Our hottest part is not surprising, the nerve engine at the end there. It's just reached 50% of its thermal capacity, so it's nowhere near blowing up. Wow, I could have dipped down deeper than this. And in the meantime, my apoapsis here is coming down nicely. I actually have the fuel. I could have gotten a capture, but waste not, want not. This is nice and cheap. Okay, we are past periapsis. We are on our way up. I'm just going to lock this on the B now. I'm just going to lock these open. Everything's fine. Okay. All right. I'm sorry that you missed the announcements, Dan, that this was continuing. So I'm going to be continuing on with this series for the indefinite future. If you take a look at the playlist of this series, you'll see that I tend to put these in like about 9-part series. I'll call them a series. 9 or 10 parts to a series where I try to get some sort of an objective accomplished within those. So I'll definitely be doing at least 9 in a row before, and then we'll see what people want. But I'll keep doing. I'm not going to be doing live streams of other games anymore. They didn't show to be all that popular. It'll be KSP in some form or another every single time. Okay, we are... Oh, here, I can do some time warping here. Hey, we came out just fine. No problems. Oh, my Kerbals are getting excited. Okay, we are out. And that should be deploying stuff. And I'll try to remember when we're at the station. Oh, I should put this down. One thing, Trajectories looks at the state of everything to calculate the drag. So Trajectories is predicting this. That should be fine. Why everything is so wonky and wobbly, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to do an inclination change out here at the ascending node. I want that to be right down to 0. So I'm just looking at the predicted inclination over here. Okay, and I also want to take a look at my predicted periapsis too, because I want it to stay at around 35 or 45 kilometers. Okay, inclination. Okay, that's 0.0 on the inclination. And 44.9, 0. There we go. There we go. So we're going to do this. That will zero out our inclination, 94, 95 meters per second. And then it's just going to be riding around until I get bored. Until I decide it's time to try and go for a rendezvous with the station, which might not take too long. Okay, yeah. So let's get out there. Oh, I can deploy everything again. These radiators are completely not necessary, by the way. They're there for looks. Let's get rid of alarm clock. Okay, so I wish we had one more level. Oh, yeah, we only have a level 1. I don't know what's going to happen with if these guys gained experience or not in all of this. This has been an adventure for them. Okay. This thing's whipping around a lot better all of a sudden. Not sure what's up. The reaction wheels fix themselves. Reaction wheels are... Oh, I'm still locked on retrograde. Oh, dear. That's a rechargeable... There are reaction wheels in here. Small inline reaction wheels rely... Oh, now they're saying nominal. So maybe it's only when they're actively in the radiation are they taking damage. So now they're no longer taking damage from the radiation. Might be because I was in a solar storm or something like that. But this thing has become suddenly a lot easier to control. Which is great. Okay, here we go. Almost ready for... Yeah, I do have a burn here. One and go. That full thrust, baby. Full thrust. Bringing down that inclination. Again, I'm really looking at the inclination, not at the... There. 0.0 on the inclination. Periapsis is 44.4 kilometers. I'm sure that will be fine. All right, let's... Always quick save before aerobreaking. Let's get down there. All right. And I gotta think about what I'm gonna do with this series. Doing something interplanetary, I think, would be a good idea. Like, and with Kerbals. I've done some probes going interplanetary, but get some Kerbals. I just want to unlock some more science first. Specifically, actually, there's a greenhouse I want to unlock, and I think before sending them for months... You know, it's not hard to give them months' worth of supplies, but I think a greenhouse might be a cool thing to send with them. And go to Duna or something like that. Maybe land on Ike. Everybody lands on Duna. Why not just land on Ike? Ike is so nice. Okay. We're here. There. Tracked everything. An interplanetary base in Kerbalism. I'm not sure. I don't even have... Oh, I do have a tiny bit of a Minmus base. The beginning of a Minmus base I do have. And I also have a contract to expand on that base. So that should be definitely something I should look at too. All right, here we go for the pass again. An interstellar base. I don't know about that one. It's just my progress through this playthrough has not been at a blistering pace. Let's put it that way. Right now I am in sort of just a bit of a science lull. I really gotta find more science. Kerbalism does slow you down when it comes to collecting science, and that's kind of what's holding me back. Well, in my own play style, too, of doing stupid stuff like this, which is not exactly guaranteeing me lots of science. Okay, my apoapsis is now under 500. I think I might make this the last pass. I mean, I still got 922 meters per second in this thing. My apoapsis is now 350 kilometers. Yeah. Let's turn off trajectories. Oh yeah, 230 kilometers on the apoapsis. I'm definitely going to cut this stuff out. 200 kilometers on the apoapsis. That's the biggest danger of doing this, is bringing your apoapsis into the atmosphere, in which case you are going down. And this thing in no way would survive a downward journey down to the surface. Oh my gosh, my apoapsis is 170? I'm going to cut that a little bit too fine. So... Okay. Where are we? Nope, not out yet. Let's get out of the atmosphere. All right. Yeah, let's get ourselves to our station. So, deploy everything for the last time. Everything looks good. Okay, we are getting ourselves to the station, and step number 1 is going to be to get our periapsis out of the atmosphere and up to the altitude of the station, which is in an altitude of about 120 kilometers. And then we'll look at finagling a rendezvous out of this. What is that at? That's 121.5. Can get a little bit more. Oh, you can see from the close encounter. Yeah. That should be good. Okay. So we'll do that burn. That's coming up in just 10 minutes. These tourists are like, are we gonna go home soon? Getting tired of this. There was a funny story I read about the tourists that went up to the International Space Station. Were actually there for a little while. And were kind of annoyed with the fact that they were expected to do some things. That, I mean, it wasn't like, you know, going to sandals or something like that. Oh my gosh, imagine that. Okay. Prograde burn. Yeah, the bots are bad today. Did I squash them all? I think I squashed them all. Just on the maneuver. We're gonna look right up the nozzle this time. Okay, and yep. So we're going to push this up, push our periapsis out of the atmosphere, and then we're going to finagle ourselves a rendezvous with that station. I can't even picture what that station looks like right now. I have no idea. I don't remember. Oh my gosh. That's the thing when you leave it for a little while, you know, you just lose it. Won't quite go to full throttle here. Let us get, I don't know. Yeah, let's go to 2/3 throttle. There we go. Oh, look at that. Just blasting our own screen. Oh, I think I overdid it a little bit. Let's back off a bit here. Just looking at the periapsis, about there. All right. So, oh, lost my station. Whenever I center it on Kerbin, I always end up losing. There's my station. That's what I want. Okay. So we are in a bit of a slower orbit. So eventually we'll, you know, the station's going faster and it'll end up meeting up with us. You can see right now we're nowhere near meeting with it. But if I put a maneuver here and just pop it ahead in orbit, let's see how that works. Yeah. Why don't we just wait? All things come to those who wait. There we go. So if we wait, not even a day, 5 hours. We can wait 5 hours. We're going to get our rendezvous. Let's see if we can tweak this in a little bit. Which one's the close? I see two of them here. There we go. Probably be better to do that. Where? Oh, too many numbers. 2.7. 2.7 close. Oh, I saw 0.1. 0.1. Okay, so I got this 8.6 meter per second burn. Fortunately, it's in 5.5 hours. But that's okay. We can set ourselves an alarm for that. Let's close that. Alarm. Add an alarm. Give me a couple minutes warning. Put this on free because it always looks better on free. There we go. And we're going to meet up with the station. I don't know if you call them tourists. There's a laugh as there were tourists on the ISS, and it's like there were people that paid a lot of money to get up to the ISS and use their own money to do it. Can we call those people tourists? I would call those people tourists. Okay, and unfortunately, yeah, well, I don't know if it's unfortunate. We are definitely going to be seeing more and more, I think, of that kind of thing. Why did the time warp stop? There was a message there and I didn't see it. Okay. Coronal mass ejection. Yeah, whatever. We are now safely below the radiation belts, so coronal mass ejections are by no means a problem. We don't have to worry about them down here. Okay, delete that, delete that. Get that onto our maneuver. Actually, heck with it. Put just right on retrograde. This a 1 second burn. In fact, I'm gonna bring this down. There is plans to build a tourist station, from what I understand. Well, it's going to start as a module on the ISS. And then there's a company, I don't remember the name, that is planning on making going to the ISS something that can be done by a small, tiny percentage of people that can afford it. Okay, where are we at here? 30 seconds, okay. All right. Okay, well, at 5 seconds, we'll go to half throttle. There we go. Can't even tell that that engine is going with I have the thrust so low. And I forgot to put this on the target thing. Let's use RCS here. .68 meter per second separation coming up in 34 minutes. Yeehaw. This is actually turning into a very efficient rendezvous with just the 2 aerobreaks too. That worked out well. And the station should be coming... Oh, let me think about this. It should be coming below us. Right? Isn't that the way it's going to work? You ever notice sometimes you time warp and the intersect here gets messed up? I don't know what that's about. And you have to stop time warping to see what's going on. Still 8 minutes away. There it goes. There's our station. Hopefully I have selected the right thing. Only have 28 meter per second as our relative speed to the target, so that's not like it's a big deal. We can get closer than this. Here, we don't need alarms anymore. Oh, rendering the station. Okay, we are 55 seconds away. Start slowing down a little bit. Maybe give myself a little bit more thrust here. There we go. A little bit more thrust. I noticed my time to the station was actually still going down. Oh, I think I've messed... Oh. Yes. Oh, I got mixed up between the wrong two. Poop. Okay, we gotta fix this, right? These intersects aren't right. What did you do to me, game? Okay. What am I missing? Saying here, but there's no way it's 30 minutes to the other one. That's all the way around. Okay. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong... I switched it... Oh my gosh, what a doughhead. Okay, I know what I did. Retrograde, okay. I'm actually moving away from the station. Well done, sir. Well done. I was watching the numbers here, and then these two, the intersect 1 swapped with intersect 2, and I didn't notice it, and I was... now I'm actually moving away from the station. We can fix. We can fix. We can fix. We were doing so well, too. I didn't notice the retrograde, prograde situation swapping. Burning all kinds of fuel for no reason. Okay. Try again. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on and why so much of this spam's getting by YouTube. But it is... Okay, where are we at here? About 2 minutes away. Let's do this a little more carefully this time. Alright, I see our vehicle for getting us back down to the surface. We got to figure out where we're going to dock this thing too. Okay, let's switch over to the station, pick our docking spot. We seem to be coming from... Oh, we're going to go on the other side here. That's what makes sense. Okay, so we'll come back to this. Swap back. We're not close enough to set it as a target yet, are we? Nope. Control from here. There we go. And we're going to have to come to one side of this one way or the other. Let's push northwards. Which way is northwards? That is this way. Nope, that's not this way. Or retrograde, I always get it backwards. I want to come up north of the station, which is above on the screen. So I need to push a little bit this way. That should be good. Probably killed my velocity a little bit too much just there. But let me shut down this engine. Okay. So the idea here, I'm just going to do some time warping. Coming up north of the station. Oh, I can now set this as a target. Good, good. Probably coming a little too far north, to be quite frank, but that's okay. Use RCS to kind of bring this a little more. So things are in line here a little bit. Control from here. Oh yeah, that's right. No, that makes sense. Sorry, I was looking at this. It's not the docking port on the top I'm going for. It's the one on the other side. So that all makes sense. Everything's making sense. Now this station's coming back to me. I remember you. Slow down a little bit. Should really check to make sure I do have the monoprop for what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, we're good. I got the little tiny thruster blocks on this, so that really helps for not using too much monopropellant. I see our docking port. We'll start, actually got to come a little bit sideways over this way. That's accomplishing the job. You can barely see the thrust exhaust. I think I might have gone a little too far that way. Gotta make sure I'm gonna clear all the... There we go. Don't want to end up clipping the nose of this plane or anything like that. Do have docking alignment indicator on board, as you can see. Careful, only 7 ignitions left. Okay, thank you. As soon as we got some monoprop, I'm gonna get an engineer to service that engine. But we're not using it now, so that should be good. Aim our camera up here at the front. Where's my aim camera button? So many buttons. There. Okay. That's the thing with so... Oh my... Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. That way. That way. I'm... Up. Up, 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 up. This is my fault. This is my fault. Oh my gosh. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. It's all good. We didn't hit anything. No paint scratched or anything like that. Man, we're using a lot of monopropellant though. Are we? No, we're not. It's okay. Okay, we're going in the right direction now, I think. Yeah. This is a thing you have a 2-dimensional screen, but it's a 3-dimensional motion. I wasn't paying enough attention and just kind of blew on by. We got this now, though. There's our magic docking port that we were aiming for. Everything in the station looks good after its several months of not doing anything. Oh, let's get in there. And boom. Okay, so not quite got these folks down to the surface, but we have definitely moving in the right direction. So I think, though, I'm going to call it next episode, next week. What we're going to do is we'll load everybody aboard. We'll get them all down to the surface. I have no idea. How many Kerbals? Do I have more Kerbals aboard? There's 6? Oh, no, it's just the 6 of them. The station was empty. Okay, that's cool. So we'll get everybody aboard here. We'll bring them down to the surface. I do have some other ideas. I need to collect science. We'll see how much science we get also from those asteroid samples that we did. who knows, maybe I'll be able to afford to unlock a node. But for now, I'm going to thank everybody in the chat, going to thank everybody watching this at a later date. And a special thanks to all of my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.